Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, I'm Tom from Ludicrous Feed. This is my wife Joy.
Hello.
And today we are going to take you through the Deepal S07 here in Sydney, Australia. Let's go check it out. Okay, so I've got the press notes here for the Deepal S07. $53,900, and they've got MLP, which means it is inclusive of the vehicle price, 12 months registration, stamp duty, luxury car tax, not applicable, CTB insurance, and the recommended charge for dealer delivery. And the estimate is based on the postcode, so it may or may not change, but that is the entry-level price. Not too bad, $53,900. Comes with 12 months complimentary unlimited public charging with EV. It also has a 7-year 160,000 kilometer new car warranty and a 8-year 240,000 kilometer battery warranty, which is the high voltage battery. There is a servicing schedule for the first 6 months or 5,000 kilometers, whichever comes first, and then every 12 months or intervals of 10,000 kilometers. There are going to be 4 dealerships in Australia, 2 in New South Wales and 2 in Victoria. 2 in New South Wales include Parramatta and Artarmon, and 2 in Victoria are North Melbourne and Doncaster. And Deepal's parent brand is actually Chang'an, one of the bigger manufacturers in China. Alright, so let's walk around the car. So we've got rear-wheel drive powertrain, 160 kilowatts, 320 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 7.9 seconds, 79.97 kilowatt hour NMC battery, which has a 475 kilometer WLTP range. Max AC charging is 11 kilowatts and max DC charging is 92 kilowatts, and the car is 4.75 meters in length, which is very similar to the Tesla Model Y and also the new XPeng G6. Alright, so let's walk around the vehicle now. Start with the front. Got a front camera there. That's the Deepal badge right there. Front lights. That's that signature trifold light there. Illuminate the future. Got some more lights down here as well. Nice design here too. Air intake grille down the front here. Got a nice chrome finish here too. And brush metal. Side curtains there. Let's swing around to the side now. Plastic around the fenders. Joy Tyres. GT is an Indonesian brand with headquarters in Singapore these days. 19-inch wheels. Little side camera here. Handy because it has dash cam recording. Also has a camera under the side mirror too. I do like this colour. This is the nebula green colour. Nice paint finish as well. It's rather speckly in the light too. Quite nice. Some more brush metal down here. And up the top here there is a sunshade over the glass roof. Powered sunshade. Pretty streamlined. Charge port. Rubber caps. AC/DC. Helpfully labelled. 92 kilowatts charging on DC. So we're going to test that out with a road trip very shortly. So stay tuned, some more videos coming. Illuminate the future. Some more of that tri-fold light that Deepal's very proud of. Light bar across the back. Deepal badge, which is illuminated. Deepal badging. More cameras. Plate. This doesn't quite fit a New South Wales plate. Ultrasonic sensors. Bit of a diffuser as well down here. S07. Rear wipers, I like that. Nice little light there. Bit of a lip here. I do like the shape actually. Very sporty. What are your thoughts, Joy, on this compared to say the Model Y or the XPeng G6 which you've seen, and even the Kia EV5?
Yeah, I mean, it ticks my main boxes of not being too ugly or too weird. So it's got, you know, like a pretty standard combination of curves and angles. There is one thing on the back that I just noticed that does annoy me though.
Uh-oh.
Okay, the S07 and the gap is this much. And then you look at, and it's like...
Oh yeah.
Like, I know it's a small thing, but it's, yeah, it's just like...
That's a good point, isn't it? It does look a bit unbalanced.
Like, I feel like the S07 should have been a bit more to the right, or they should have moved the Deepal a little bit over.
Okay, yes, that's important actually when you're driving this car every day. It may eventually bug you, but good point. Yeah, I don't mind the angles actually. It's just in contrast to say the Model Y, which is quite curved, and the XPeng G6, which is quite curvy as well.
It reminds me more of the Kia, I think.
Oh yeah, the Kia's quite boxy.
Yeah.
So a bit of a compromise between boxy and curved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be different. And on first impression, it looks good, as you say. It'll fit into Australian roads. Like we were driving around town today, and it didn't look out of place just amongst the other cars.
And the colour is nice too, because it's a different colour from what you normally see on the roads, but it's not so wildly different that, you know, it draws the eye too much. So.
Good point. It is a nice colour. Yeah, it's a nice change from the usual dark colours that you see, either darks or white, I guess, or silver. This is a nice change. Okay, Joy, do you want to open the boot?
Yep, I think it was here.
That's it.
Somewhere. It's further along the right than you think.
Beeping noise. Okay, so we've got our usual Big Bertha here. Fits very comfortably diagonally across the boot there. Got speakers here, and the sound system's pretty good. It's a Sony sound system. I'm sure there's a parcel shop that could go here. It's just been taken out for the press car.
Hooks.
Yep, a couple of hooks. The usual Costco bags. Yep, tyre repair kit. No spare. Oh, actually, extra bit of storage down here. Very slim. Fit a few jackets, I guess. Yeah, nice. And powered as well, so there's a button there to shut. One thing, it does shut very slowly, and I'm sometimes a bit impatient. And I press the lock button too early, and then it gets angry at me. Rear wiper, big ticks for me. And there's a little camera there as well. Let's have a look at the frunk, or the storage. It's normally a pull, here we go. Double pull. That's a nice door sound. Now, one thing I like about this car is that it's got a huge frunk. Huge storage area.
Bigger than the Model Y.
Yeah, or at least very similar. Definitely better than some of the other cars we've seen with smaller frunks. Carpet too. What's inside there, can I see? What has EVSE supplied? Oh, yes, low charger.
Yep.
Good. Excellent. Hope that comes with the car. This has probably got windscreen wiper fluid, I imagine. Yep, there you go.
Which is all you should need to have to do. What's on this side? I don't.
Oh, that
You
looks
can go inside.
complicated. Let's shut that back. All right, let's shut the frunk. Okay. Let's go to the front. Oh, actually, one more thing. Let's have a look at this. With the city skyline there. What skyline is that? Leave your comments below. All right, let's go inside. By the way, these door handles do go flush when you start driving. All right, so let's shut the door and listen to this. Pretty solid. Sounds pretty premium, despite it having a frameless door. So pretty impressive. And this is double paned as well. It's a bit more insulation in the cabin. There's the powered seats. Then over here on the armrest, feel that wood grain. That is lovely. Really premium. Deep power badge there. Soft materials throughout. Really lovely.
When you're out of the car, this faces me.
Oh yeah, so that's the signature sunflower tilt screen. So now it's facing Joy.
Because it knows I'm here.
Yeah.
Even though there's no driver.
The seat's weighted. You can actually adjust as well if you need to. But when I start to sit in here, you'll see the screen will tilt towards me. All right, so watch the screen here. Ta-da! They call it the sunflower tilt screen. Nice. Yeah, no, very impressed. Very impressive indeed throughout the inside. Nice soft materials throughout. I guess that's a bit odd, that little pad there. That's the speaker. Head-up display. No instrument cluster screen, but head-up display is really useful. Augmented reality, visualizations, speedo, gears, cruise control visualizations, gear shift on the right, indicator on the left, automatic wipers front, driver monitoring, double tap down for intelligent active cruise control, some more buttons here on the steering wheel. You can set favorites for these two, and menu controls there, volume control, and the cruise control settings are here. Lovely stitching on the wheel as well. Let's have a look at Joy's side. What have you got?
Same. I just like it's a nice combination of you know, the plastic and the leather and the wood.
Yeah, a lot of thought's gone into it. As the eye looks down here, looks quite nice. You got storage bins too.
Yep.
Same wood grain finish. Nice decal badge. This is all nice and soft. Air conditioning vents.
It's a big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the seats too. Look at the badging here you've got there. That's nice. So these are actually, there's speakers in these for me, actually, as the driver. So you can actually set it so that you don't annoy anyone else with your music.
And ventilated seats.
Yes. Yep. Oh, nice for hot summer. Oh, I can feel it now. Yeah, that's good. Nice stitching too. Very premium. Very premium. Have a look at this center storage here. It's like French doors. Very deep. Ventilated too. Very deep. Close one. Close two. Cup holders. Smiley face. One wireless charging pad that's ventilated. Extra storage there. No sunglass holder, sadly. Another vent there. More vents here. Yeah, usual pedals. This car didn't come with floor mats.
And the charge ports.
Oh yeah, a couple of charge ports here. I think one's USB-A, one's USB-C, and more storage down here too. So good to see that here because, you know, as an EV, you shouldn't have a drivetrain down here. Do you have powered seats on your side?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I
Fantastic.
do. Yep.
Good. Good inclusions. And there's a sunroof too, so there are controls here. Usual map lights. Let's press that powered sunshade. I think this is fixed, this roof. But this does go all the way back. So handy having a sunshade.
Yeah.
All the way back, wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. You can actually shut, discreetly shut, whatever level you want, or just shut all the way again. Wow, that's going to be good for a road trip coming up. Let's have a look at your sun visors on your side. What have you got there?
It's nice, it's powered.
Ooh, yeah, it's lit. Nice. And I'll show my side. Same thing. Hello. Pull out, extend. Now extend. Internal camera.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let's have a look at that. So
Cabin.
I think it's cabin.
Cabin?
Yep. So that's the rotating screen, but you can adjust where you want it. Or just smart mode, which is what it's on currently. It just flicks towards me when I'm driving. Cabin camera, there it is. There are gestures too, you can like answer phone calls, so watch this. Photo, song playback, hang up the phone, pause song, answer the phone, mute. That's where that camera comes in handy. You've got to accept privacy notice when you first set it up. Okay, so I'll show the internal camera as well, so press that for the apps. Go through that shortly. Camera. I don't want the microphone to record what I'm saying, so I'll press disagree. And there's the camera there. Hello. See us. That's us. And you can record or take a photo. And then that's all the saved files, which I haven't got any of. But there's also the dash cam mode too. So if we go to dash cam, enter dash cam, you can see what's been recorded so far.
It's a lot faster than the Tesla one.
It's quick, isn't it?
It lags a bit, the Tesla one.
Yeah. You can also record, emergency record as well. There's some shortcuts you can set. Lots of things you can do. And then you can see we were just recording before. That's us doing a walk around earlier. There's 4 cameras, rear, front, and then the pillar ones you saw earlier. So I will do a full walkthrough of the infotainment screen because there's a lot to go through. I don't want to do it all today. But one thing I do want to show you is the charging screen. So you've got lots of stats here, which is fantastic. This is a very new car, so after 151 kilometers since MSR charged this car, the efficiency is 16.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And I think this car's only been driven about 250 kilometers total, so very new car, like I said. Luckily, because this is an NMC battery, you can set a maximum charge, which is great. I think for this car, you should probably only charge to, say, 80% maximum every day, or even 90% is okay, but not 100%. They probably should have a limit there to show you like daily and range or road trip setting. That'd be good for a future update. You can schedule and you can unlock the charge port automatically once it's finished. And there's some details about the car. So it's a Qualcomm Snapdragon chip, 12 gigs of memory, 128 gigabyte storage, Deepal S07. I got a software update this morning, and you can rename the vehicle too. And if you're worried about privacy and recording, all those things, you can change that all here if you like. If you don't want to record any audio or video, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and all the devices there, you can manage that. And a quick look at the powered seat controls on Joy's side. Love those seats, they look very posh. Okay, so the rear windows have this privacy glass, you can see that compared to the front. Normal, a bit more black, that's also dark, and the rear windscreen is darkened as well. Alright, I'm going to climb into the rear cabin, second row. Just going to test the door shut as well. Nice. Now this side's got the easy entry, so when I'm out of the seat, you can see the seat's all the way back. Storage, nice, same premium wood grain finish. Really big armrest here. Check this out. It's a little slot there, I guess for phones and whatnot. More drink holders, a couple of 5-cent coins. And look at that, that's huge. The headrest comes down with it, so very comfy for passengers. Same nice premium finish. Isofix anchors. Headrest move up and down. Very nice. And even with the seat back, look at that, so much room. It's crazy. Just shut this door. Flat center floor, fantastic. Much appreciated as an EV. Look at this, look how much room there is for me as a center passenger. Enormous. And center vent, which you can move. You can move the seat, this seat here, front and back, from here. If you feel like it's impinging on your space too much. You can also adjust, can you adjust the temperature? Oh, you can. Adjust the rear vents. Hey, that's nice. No more fighting at the back. Turn it off too. And you open the...
Oh, they've got control.
Yeah, open the sunshade from the back as well. How good is that? Which is important because, I mean, that probably affects the second row more than the front row. You know. Got a better view. It just feels bigger with the shade up. It's good to have that option. This is nice. Feels like a bit of a...
Oh, that's like the ones on the planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice feature.
I have to say though, again, only one port on the back.
Only USB-C port, only one. Look at this, if I'm sitting in this one, it's huge. I feel like I'm in business class here. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 fists. It's enormous space. Looking forward to a road trip with this car very shortly.
Actually, the kids actually said that they were looking forward to the road trip. So that's how you know it must be comfortable up the back.
Excellent. Do you want to climb in, Joy? That's a lot. Lots of space for you, eh?
Yeah.
Want to shut the door? Oh, that sounds so good. So premium. What do you reckon? Pretty roomy.
Yeah, it's ridiculously roomy up the back here.
A lot of space. Handle, lit.
Yeah. Is there a hook on your side? No.
No hook on my side. Little window there behind the C-pillar.
One thing is that the window toggle is the opposite way to what you'd think. So I would normally press down, well, this way to go down, but it's this way to go down and this way to go up.
It's like
a small thing, but
flight simulator settings, like joystick control down.
That gets me on the gimbal every time as well.
So one more thing about the boot I forgot to show you guys was that it's 60-40 split, and the child seat restraint anchors are here, so there, and there. Okay, so overall, pretty good first impression, I gotta say. For the price, it's very impressive inside and outside. Looks pretty good inside. Build material and quality is very good. Outside looks great as well, not bad styling. And naturally, you're gonna ask me, how does this compare with, say, the current Tesla Model Y, potentially the future Tesla Model Y, and also the XPeng G6, which Joy and I attended the launch of recently. I think the interior is definitely more premium than the Tesla Model Y, the current generation. Materials just seem a bit nicer and a bit more detail as well. Still very minimalistic, as I know a lot of Tesla fans enjoy. The screen is also pretty good. As I said, I'll walk through the infotainment screen with you guys a bit later on in the separate video. XPeng G6, again, very hard to split the two. Interior of the XPeng G6 also looks very good. I haven't driven the XPeng G6 yet, so I'll comment on that when we get a test car of that. But so far, the drive dynamics of the Deepal S07 is pretty good, which I'll show you very shortly. One thing I will comment on is the DC charging speed. 92 kilowatts is concerning. I think for a road trip vehicle, it needs to be at least 100 kilowatts, if not 150 kilowatts. So I guess we'll test that out on our long drive very shortly. So stay tuned for that video. But at least it's got 3-phase 11 kilowatt AC.
And for people who don't understand those numbers, is it more like instead of spending 20 minutes to charge your car, you'd have to spend 45 minutes to charge your car?
Yeah, so do you remember we had the Ioniq 5 in the UK? We could do that in, say, 20 minutes, right? This one will probably take about 40 minutes, so potentially double. Very similar in charging speed to the Atto 3 for the same state of charge. Whereas the Tesla Model Y3 will be more like half an hour.
Okay, so even if you charge it in those like ultra rapid fast chargers or whatever, like the, you know, the super fast ones that you can't reach the speeds.
Doesn't matter. The rate limiting step is in this car rather than the charger itself.
Okay.
So, yeah, good question. All right, well, let's head off for a quick drive. Let's do it. Okay, so let's head off for a drive, and just want to show you guys there are a couple of things you can do with the screen. So you can shortcut like that, all the apps come up. You can slide this way, all the shortcuts come up here too. And you can shortcut as well back here. And what's great is that even though I've got Apple CarPlay running, all the air conditioning settings are still here, which I really like. Some cars don't have that. Apple CarPlay takes up the full screen, so at least they've left the AC on. Some shortcuts here too, the apps, and that's the all the settings, and that's the main screen. So, and Apple CarPlay is up there. Fantastic. All right, so one thing about this car you should know, that when you start driving, all the defaults, all the ADAS defaults come back. I think it must be a requirement of ANCAP and NCAP requirements, where you need to have all those settings back to default on, which is slightly intrusive, I've got to say. I'm going to leave them on just to show you what it sounds like, and then I'll turn them off very easily using this shortcut here. So what's really annoying is the distraction warning and the speeding alert too. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so if you're like me, who sometimes likes to look at the screen, that comes up straight away, which can get quite disconcerting. I guess you say to me, well, you shouldn't be looking at the screen, but sometimes you do need to look at the screen for some stuff. Luckily, you've got the head-up display in front of you, so I guess you can concentrate like that. But if you're like me, or if you drive like me, then what you can do is just swipe this way and just turn off distraction warning.
Yep. To make it clear, if you can't tell from his sort of visor camera, it's not like he's turning his whole head to look at the screen. He's probably barely just moving his eyes to look at the screen, but it's picking that up as well.
Yep.
So I would assume that every movement in a Tesla Model Y would be picked up by that, given that there is no head-up display and that that's the main and only screen that I use. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there must be a new requirement of NCAP and ANCAP that those distraction warnings are there to get 5 stars. And then, yeah, so that ding dong was the speeding alert. I'll turn that off as well.
That one's not too noisy, but
Yeah.
honestly, the distraction alert one, it would freak me out.
Yeah. So yes, your argument is that, right, keep your eyes on the road, stick to the speed limit, these things won't go off. That's the lane departure warning.
So if you look at the map while you are driving, it would go off.
It would go off, yep.
Yeah, I honestly reckon that's kind of dangerous, because if I was trying to figure out, do I take a left here or is it the next road, and then that went off, I would start panicking.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to engage that cruise just quickly here. I'll do more of a test on our road trip, of course, but it does lane center, and you can obviously change the distance of the leading car, as you can for most cruise control systems. Hasn't been too bad so far, just from my short tests. But again, with the road trip video coming up, I'll do some more tests. You know, obviously stop it with a brake. Another reason I don't like the speed limit change is that it sometimes picks up false positives. So if you're driving behind a bus with a 40 sign, then it'll pick that up. It'll pick up a speed limit somewhere else on the side road as well. So I don't mind a visual warning, but I don't like the audio tone. It's a bit, it can freak me out sometimes. And others too, I'm sure. But apart from those small things, well, arguably big things, but apart from those which you can turn off straight away, I actually find the drive dynamics of this car pretty good. It's a pretty smooth ride. Like, the suspension has been tuned very nicely for our roads, I gotta say. Let's put my sunnies on. And there's a setting as well where you can, with the regen braking, you can have it such that if you're at low speed and you brake, it won't suddenly brake the car. It will gently brake it for you if you're just coming to a slow, nice, gentle stop. Other cars don't have that feature. One thing this car doesn't have, though, is one pedal driving. So that might be a deal breaker for some of you hardened EV fans out there with one pedal driving in other cars, but this unfortunately does not have that feature. Not yet anyway, so hopefully a software update is coming for that.
So if you're at a traffic light, your foot has to be on the brake?
Yeah, so for example now I'm just going to brake very gently. See how that's quite a smooth brake. That's a feature of this software. I have to actually physically put my foot on the brake to stop this car. But there is auto hold after that, so I can take my foot off. Just note too that with EVs, most EVs, even though you're pushing the brake, there's still regen happening most of the way. Maybe at the very end there's some friction brakes kicking in, but most of the way it's regen, bringing energy back to the car anyway. On the head-up display, you probably can't see it, guys, but you've got drive visualizations, the gear I'm in, cruise control, and auto hold, and there was the range that popped up occasionally as well.
And what happened when you had that driver distraction warning? Did that come up on your head-up display?
I can't remember. I think there was something up here which said, please concentrate.
I mean, it was really small though. It's the noise that would get me.
It's freaky. And there's some, I can see some visualizations too that there's a car in my blind spot happening on the head-up display on both sides. I saw it before. I've got to say the software is pretty good in terms of the graphics. Like, it feels very, it feels like it's been designed well. For example, my BYD Seal, you can tell the software is just not quite there. It's very harsh, very sharp, but this one, everything's very smooth, rounded, very graduations with the way it flickers and moves. So they've done something right at Deepal.
The interface as well is really intuitive, and there's multiple ways of getting everywhere, which is important.
Good point. Just love the fact the AC is down here. It's so good. My Seal, I've got to flick it up and bring it up. Even the Smart, which I liked, one thing I didn't like was the AC. I had to flick up the Smart car. But this is here, really good. Thumbs up, and a few more displays up here too. Very nice. So now we're driving at low speed. Again, very smooth ride so far. One of the smoother rides, actually, of the EVs I've tested.
I can tell you're happy. Like I know when you're happy with the drivability of the car.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I mean, as a passenger, yeah, you've got to gauge how the driver's feeling.
Like I know with some of the cars that you've had, I feel like you're wrestling the car, but that's not the case with this car. Like I can tell you're quite content driving this car.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Wrestling. Yeah, I'm definitely not wrestling with this car. And this is on, I think, normal mode. Either normal or eco. Can't remember. So we've done a road trip with that car in front of us, the Polestar 2. Probably a little bit small with 4, I guess we've got teenagers now, so pretty much adults. Adult size. Almost adult size anyway. But now with this car, as you saw with that walk around in the back, very roomy. I think they're going to like the back. Ride comfort so far as the passenger?
Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice. I'd be very happy to spend, multiple hours in this car at a time.
Yeah. Well, we're about to.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get to Canberra, which is where we're going, by the way, if you watch this far, we'll be doing a Supercharger test down there too. So stay tuned for that to make sure it can charge at a Tesla Supercharger. All right, so we're just driving to Chatswood to get some dinner, but I'll just pause it here for a second, then we'll show you what it's like with the interior lights inside a dark car park. So stay tuned. You can adjust the sound of the indicator as well. This is my comfort setting. All right, into the car park. You can adjust the height and brightness of the head-up display. That is a beep indicating a change in the speed limit. There is a low-speed pedestrian noise. Probably just hear it. I might just wind this down. I think there's 3 settings. This was the least annoying one. Sounds like an ice cream truck. I guess it's supposed to be calming. Not too bad.
What's this one?
Alright, let's reverse park here. Let's see what the cameras look like. Okay, too close to that right side.
Actually, one feature that this had, which you can't tell now, was that if you're playing music and you go into reverse, the music actually goes down like a few clicks in volume, which, yeah, for old people like me is actually hilarious and really appreciated.
You can change the transparency as well of that car, but not bad. Yeah, very smooth entry. I'll just press park there. Yeah, so there we go.
Because we all know if you have to concentrate, you have to turn the volume down. So
true. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. This is the review of the Deepal S07. It's a pretty crowded space at the moment for this mid-size SUV, but to be honest with you, it's pretty compelling for the price and all the inclusions as well. And I think it will go up nicely up against the Tesla Model Y, especially the refresh Model Y, XPeng G6, Leapmotor C10, Kia EV5, you name it, lots of cars in this space. So a very exciting 2025 coming up. I just want to thank Inchcape Australia for entrusting me and Joy with the loan of one of the very early Deepal S07s here in Australia. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Again, like I said, we'll be doing a road trip, or at least a long drive to Canberra from Sydney coming up, so stay tuned for that video. And I'll be also doing a longer review of the infotainment screen as well, so stay tuned for that one too. Alright, well thanks so much for watching, and from Joy and myself, until next time, happy charging.